Hey, this is Jane Douglas for GameSpot. We're here at E3 2011 with Adrien Meunier, who is a producer for Online in Assassin's Creed Revelations. Adrien, thanks for joining us. We've just had a demo, not so much multiplayer so far, but top-down view, what can you tell us about the multiplayer in Revelations?
Well, we're building on what we had in Brotherhood. We brought multiplayer to Assassin's Creed on Brotherhood with strong gameplay. Now we're building on that with more features that would allow you to play your style of gameplay. So we're giving you a lot more customization and personalization of the experience and of the characters and the moves that you're going to be doing.
Okay, so is it mechanically very different? How will it feel in comparison to Brotherhood's multiplayer?
People that enjoyed the multiplayer in Brotherhood know that certain modes were a lot more popular than others. So we are keeping those modes that are really popular. We're keeping maps that are popular, and we're bringing back certain characters. So people shouldn't be too lost when they first get contact with the game. But we're adding a lot more features to basically have more strategy and allow you to, like I said, customize and really play like you want to play. For example, you will add playlists to the matchmaking. So when you are starting, you'll have a bit more of an idea of what type of play that you're going to be having, and you can choose what you're going to do. You're going to be able to customize your characters, but you'll also be able to choose how you kill your enemies. And by that I mean that in Brotherhood, most of the kills were the same length, and they were basically the same time, whether you had prepared your kill or not. In Revelation, what we're changing is that if you take the time to prepare your kill and you approach your enemy stealthily, the kill will be shorter and will allow you to get away faster. So you're actually rewarded in playing better. And if you, for example, which is sometimes useful in a multiplayer game, if you really need to kill a certain enemy and you're like, okay, I'm ready to expose myself, I really need to get that target, the animations will be longer, they'll be more cinematographic, but you'll have to pay the price because they'll be a bit longer.
Okay, well, tell us about the new characters, if you can tell us anything about that at all.
You'll see, again, in Revelation, we have a really strong cast of characters. 4 of them will be presented more in details at E3, so you'll be able to see just how different they are. Basically, they fit with the setting of the solo campaign. We are adapting that so that you have a more Oriental style rather than Italian, which we had in the Renaissance of Brotherhood. So you'll notice that the settings and the characters are adapted to that new setting. They also have more weapons, so they have 2 weapons now, and they'll be able to that'll change kind of the mood of the gameplay, but it's still the same core features that you knew for the execution of the old modes.
Okay, and you say you can customize your characters, do you mean cosmetically?
Yes, you'll be able to choose how the character looks to really give you basically it's just representing yourself in game, but you'll be able also to tweak your weapons, which will change the animations, and you'll be able to, when you play, add different taunt animations, so when you do kill somebody you'll be able to taunt them after if you feel like it.
Alright, and you said some of the favourite maps are returning, and can you tell us anything about the new maps?
Well, the new maps, like I said, are in a setting, more Oriental setting. So the map you'll be seeing at E3 is in Rhodes, and it's the Knights Hospital. I can't give details about the other maps, but you can expect a whole new setting which will give you different types of gameplay. We're adapting the modes to these new maps, but we're also bringing back, like you said, the Brotherhood maps that people preferred.
Okay, and the new modes, what can you tell us about those?
Well, I can't give details about the content of the modes. We'll be giving more info about all the evolution of Revelation this summer. But what we're doing in the development of these modes is making sure that we have a wider variety of game experience. So we're actually expanding what was available in Brotherhood, and we're also trying to have modes that will allow you to play around more and really kind of train yourself in being a better Templar, so that you'll be able to be better in the competition. So we're actually aiming at having modes that will allow you to kind of test things out and figure out what's your style.
Okay, is that something that was learned from Assassin's Creed Brotherhood?
One of the comments that we got from a lot of players is that if they got in and they played with more experienced players, it was really overwhelming. What we want is to give everybody access to the game. We don't want to remove anything from the more experienced players, but we want to allow the less experienced players to really kind of level up and be able to develop their style and understand what they're doing a bit better.
Okay, does that also mean there's been some sort of tweaks to the matchmaking, how people will find other players in games?
Yeah, you'll have a better idea of what type of game you're about to play and kind of who's in the game and like if the game is popular or not and how you access the game. But you'll also be able to basically choose better who your opponents are. We're adding gamer cards, for example, in the game where you'll see what kind of style these people, your enemies, are using in the game. So it'll allow you to have a better edge. You take the time to kind of investigate while the game is loading and figure out who your enemies are. You'll have a better strategy at attacking them.
Okay. How about any of the fun little kind of kills from inside cover? You know, the haystack kind of kills. What should we be looking out for in that vein? Anything new?
I can't go into details, but we're keeping all the cool moves that people liked, and we are adding variety. Obviously, changing weapons allows you to have more creativity on that side, and I can say that the team that's working on the animations doesn't lack any creativity, so you can expect to have a lot of fun with those moves again.
Awesome. Okay, last of all, we've heard some stuff about the new mechanics in single player. Does any of that kind of spill over into multiplayer?
Yes, what we're doing is we are keeping kind of a link between the solo and the multiplayer, even though narratively they don't have a link. You will be able to use the hook blade in the multiplayer, and we are bringing new abilities that will be reminiscent of the bomb crafting that you have in the solo. So you won't be able to craft anything in the multiplayer, but the effect of these new abilities will resemble effects that you have in the solo. So we are keeping a link while progressing in the story.
Awesome. Okay, so will everyone have the hook blade in the multiplayer?
Yes, you'll be able to play with it and have fun with it in the multiplayer.
Awesome. So there'll be zip lines and everything in multiplayer.
Well, I can't confirm the modes because if you've played the multiplayer, you know that the pacing is different than the solo. But we have creative uses for the hook blade too.
Okay, that's very interesting. Thanks, Andrian, and we'll look forward to seeing more. Can you give us the release date and platforms, please?
Yes, we're coming out on November 15th of this year, 2011, and we'll be on Xbox, PS3, and PC.